Welcome all to Recorder Class. We make some tunes and learn so fast. Welcome all to Recorder Class. I'm glad you're here today.
Hi everybody, Miss Barber here. This will be my first recorder class. I heard from Miss Lay that you all were working on Hot Cross Buns not too long ago. So this class is going to focus on reviewing that song and getting it down. One of the things we're going to be working on in this lesson is our recognition of the notes on the staff. All right, let's take some time to review the staff and how our notes relate to it. It's basically like notebook paper for us musicians. It is where we write our thoughts down in the form of musical notes. You'll notice the staff has 5 lines, which I have highlighted in orange for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines on our staff. Between these lines, we have 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the black lines are the 5 lines we talked about in the last slide. And in blue, I have highlighted the 4 spaces in our staff. These 5 lines and 4 spaces make up the staff, our notebook paper. We also use this thing called a clef to tell us what each of these lines and spaces are going to mean today. You can see over here on the left, this is our clef. This is a treble clef. That's just its name. That's what we call it. It's going to let us know which notes are on the lines and which notes are on the spaces. The lines of our treble clef staff go in this order: E, G, B, D, and F. Now this can get kind of confusing. How are we supposed to remember which note goes on which line? Well, if we assign a word to each letter, like this, it becomes a phrase that we can remember, just a sentence. Every good boy deserves fudge. So now instead of having to remember E, G, B, D, and F, we just have to remember that every good boy deserves fudge. I take issue with this one because as a girl, I think I deserve fudge just as much as any good boy does. So the one that I use is energized gorillas beat drums fiercely. I just like the image of energized gorillas. I want you to come up with your own phrase. So for each letter, find a word, make a sentence that works for you. What can you come up with? Let me know in the comments down below if you come up with a really good one. That's enough about the lines. Let's get to the spaces of the treble clef staff. Spaces go in this order: F, A, C, and E. So to remember the note names of the lines of the treble clef staff, we came up with a phrase to help us out. In the case of the spaces, they actually spell face. This is the way that I learned how to remember the spaces, and it's still the easiest way that I know today. I remember face so well that it's really hard for me to come up with a phrase here, but I really want to know what you all come up with. Let me know in the comments down below. This is what we're going to use for the notes of our recorder tunes. Lines E, G, B, D, and F, and the spaces are F, A, C, and E. Now that we've reviewed our notes on the staff, we're going to get into recorder playing. But first, stop right there. We have to review our 5 rules of the recorder. Let's see how much you remember. Rule number 1, sit up straight. Not super tight necessarily, not all slunched over, but straight. Rule number 1 is sit up straight. Rule number 2, your left hand is always going to be on top. I'm going to be mirroring you all, which means that I'm going to be playing with my right hand on top, but it's going to look like a left hand to you, and you all need to make sure you're using your left hand on top, always. Rule number 3, be sure you are covering the holes completely with your fingertips. Let me see those fingers wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. When we play with our fingers covering the entire hole, when we pull our fingers off, we get little holes or indents on the fingertips. So just to double check, put your fingers on the holes, remove them, see if you've got little holes or indents on the tips of your fingers. Rule number 4, use warm, soft air. Kind of like you're fogging up a car window on a really cold day. Always using warm, soft air when we play our recorder. Last but not least, rule number 5, always start your tone with your tongue. Remember, our tongue is going to make a motion kind of like we're saying do. Just do that a couple times. Do, 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 do. Literally, it's going to be our tongue touching the tip of our recorder like this. if my tongue was touching the tip of my recorder. That's what it's doing inside of my mouth when I play my recorder. So remember, rule number 5 is always start your tone with your tongue every single time. Now that we've reviewed our notes in the staff and our 5 rules of the recorder, we're going to finally start playing. I'm going to play it this first time. If you remember how to play it, go ahead and play with me. If you want to just do the fingerings, if you just want to listen, now is your time. I'm going to go ahead and play Hot Cross Buns for you all. 1, 2, ready. To start learning Hot Cross Buns, we're going to sing our song using the syllables mi, re, and do. Let's try it. 1, 2, ready. Mi, re, do, mi, re, do, 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 re, mi, re, do. This time, let's use our note names, B, A, and G. 1, 2, ready. B, A, G, B, A, G, 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 A, B, A, G. Now we're going to add some of our fingerings in. We're going to sing this first time using our syllables mi, re, and do. I know it's kind of hard to see the holes in my recorder right now. The lighting's not exactly the best, but we're going to work with it. Remember, your thumb is going to be covering the back hole on all of these notes. Let's try and sing Hot Cross Buns using our syllables and our fingerings. Ready for the challenge? Let's do it. 1, 2, ready. Mi, re, do, mi, re, do, 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 re, mi, re, do. Check your fingers. Do you have holes at the bottoms? Were you covering the holes in the recorder all the way? What's your left hand on top? These are just things we gotta keep thinking about. This time, sing using the note names and fingerings while we do it. Notice we start on that mi, that B note, so I automatically start with my fingers in that position. Recommend the same for you. 1, 2, ready. B, A, G, B, A, G, 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 A, B, A, G. How'd you do? Now remember, if any of these are a little bit challenging for you, you can always pause the video, go back to whichever one you struggled with, and move forward from there when you're ready. No judgment, and we won't even know, so. We're almost there, almost ready to play Hot Cross Buns. This time, you're going to finger along, and you're going to audiate the song in your head. Audiate just means that you're going to go ahead and sing it in your head, so you're silent and fingering, but in your mind, Hot Cross Buns is going on. Let's give it a shot, together. 1, 2, ready. How'd you do? At last, finally, we're going to play Hot Cross Buns together. Are you excited? I know I am. Let's go. Fingers already on that B, on that mi, thumb down, left hand on top, fingers covering the holes all the way. Remember, we're going to use our soft, warm air like we're fogging up a window. 1, 2, ready. How'd you do? Was every single tone started with your tongue? If not, you can always rewind, go back to what we just did, and keep playing that tune until you have got all 5 recorder rules going on, all your fingerings going on, and you feel great about it. Either way, I'm going to play a a little jam for you all that you can go ahead and play Hot Cross Buns along with. This is going to be our backing track, so you get to play Hot Cross Buns. Let me worry about the rest. I'm going to challenge you all, since you've practiced this song a couple times. We're going to play it a little bit faster with this recording, alright? I challenge you. You got this. One, two, ready, go. That's it. Hot Cross Buns. Check. We got that down. I'm going to keep making some recorder lessons for you all, so go ahead and tune in next time to find out what our next tune is going to be. Until then, keep staying safe, healthy, and making music. I'll see you then. Bye.